All right, JT Siskowski for Status Coup. I am out here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It is a balmy 26 degrees today. And I am here at the intersection of Franklin Avenue and Chicago Avenue, where a protest is about to get underway. This protest has two focuses. First is calling on the Trump administration not to drag the United States into another regime change forever war in the country of Venezuela. And the second is to stop waging a war here domestically. The domestic war, of course, being the immigration crackdown and the occupation of various American cities, including the Twin Cities where I am standing now. I got into Minneapolis just this morning, and I have been out here on patrol with a few other photojournalists. We've already come across ICE a couple of times in just that short time span that I've been here, out doing their various patrols here, targeting the Somali community and Latino communities here in the greater Twin Cities, Minneapolis, St. Paul area. I also want to ask you to bear with me. My camera's on autofocus right now because I do not have John along for the ride. It is just me out here right now. John will be joining me tomorrow, but until then, I'm going to be the guy both in front of and behind the camera. So if you notice the focus going in and out at points, that's just the autofocus, and it will come back here shortly. Thank you for your patience. Sounds like the demonstration here is getting underway, so I'm going to step back behind the camera, and we'll listen in here on everything that is being said.
No man, no wall, sanctuary for all. No man, no wall, sanctuary for all. Power to the people. Power to the people. No one is illegal. Power to the people. Power to the people. No one is illegal. No one is illegal. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. ICE off our streets. ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. ICE off our streets. ICE off our streets. Brick by brick, wall by wall. Brick, wall by wall. This racist system has to fall. This racist system has to fall. Move, ICE, get out the way. Move, ICE, get out the way. Get out the way, ICE, get out the way. Get out the way, ICE, get out the way. Up with immigrants. Up with immigrants. Down with Trump. Down with Trump.
Panning over here to the crowd to let you get a sense of the scale here. It's just several dozen people out at the intersection of Franklin Avenue and Chicago Avenue, which is, given how cold it is, the chill in the air, I'd say is a pretty impressive turnout. The organizers, which is PSL Twin Cities, that's the Party of Socialist Liberation, has been distributing these signs. I'll read a few out for you here. You see this one right here, which says ICE out of Minnesota now. Stop deporting our families now. I'm also seeing money for people's needs, not war with Venezuela.
I'm very upset about what's going on today. I'm going to provide a little bit of framing, and I'm going to introduce some speakers. How's that sound? All right. My name is Doug. I'm joining this action not only as a member of the Party for Socialism and Liberation, but as a military veteran who served 11 years in the U.S. military. I enlisted in the Virginia Army National Guard, and then I took an officer's commission in the Army's 10th Mountain Division. Like me, thousands of veterans are standing up, calling attention to the U.S. Department of War's baseless accusations about the Venezuelan government enabling drug trafficking. All right, I went on a deployment when I was in the military. I was deployed to Kosovo. I was trained in riot control tactics to suppress local Serbian anger over American occupation. Today, we're also seeing the military being used and trained in these same tactics for the same reasons. Except this time, it's to suppress Americans upset over the suppression of our civil rights and the looting of our wealth by the federal government. War historians call this the boomerang effect. The tactics developed by foreign occupation inevitably come home to be used in our own communities. This same imperialism seeks to plunder Venezuela's oil reserves for private profit, and this is the same force that sends ICE to harass and abduct immigrants here. This is a strategy of violence abroad and repression at home designed to divide Americans from Venezuelans and protect the wealthy. We've seen this pattern before. The Iraq War was met with some of the greatest moments of war resistance in U.S. history, where hundreds of thousands of civilians and soldiers marched and refused orders to loot a sovereign nation of its natural resources. Earlier this week, Pete Hegseth cowardly deflected responsibility to order to gun down Venezuelan fishermen in the Caribbean, shifting the responsibility to a Navy underling. Chants. He knows that the public, the troops, the people of Venezuela, and the people of the United States are not buying it. We have to continue to show the world that we're standing with immigrant communities as they come under attack from federal forces and demand that our cities protect us or at a minimum do not comply. The police in St. Paul participated in a raid on the Payne-Phelan neighborhood last week. The community responded in huge numbers. Feeling the pressure, Mayor Fry correctly banned the use of city property for ICE operations. But this is the result of people power. Let's be clear-eyed, it is a defensive victory. It makes the harassment harder, but it doesn't stop it. Agents are still here stalking our streets and spreading terror. So our demand, ICE out of Minnesota, no more with Venezuela. We don't want ICE just out of our parking lots, but out of our communities entirely. We have a war machine that operates globally. Its weapons are bombs in Latin America and roving patrols in the Twin Cities. But our weapon is solidarity. Our power is an understanding that the Somali immigrant fearing ICE in the Twin Cities and the Venezuelan worker fearing U.S. bombs in Caracas are facing the same enemy. Let's leave here today not just motivated, but energized. Join us, join the PSL, join the rest of the struggle in building this fight. Talk to your neighbors, put up signs, pressure every elected official, and show that from Minneapolis to Caracas, we will fight a war without wars and a world without fear. No justice, no peace.
No justice, no peace.
ICE off our streets.
ICE off our streets.
No justice, no peace.
No justice, no peace.
ICE off our streets.
ICE off our streets.
Power to the people.
Power to the people.
No one is illegal.
No one is illegal.
No ban, no wall. Sanctuary for all.
Ban, no war. Sanctuary for all.
No ban, no wall. Sanctuary for all.
No ban, no war. Sanctuary for all.
All right, folks, I'm going to introduce our first official speaker. He's a comrade in the Party for Socialism and Liberation in Twin Cities. Introducing our first speaker, Ibrahim, a Somali American, a member of the Twin Cities, member of PSL. Let's give it up for Ibrahim.
Thank you all for coming here today, for braving the cold of us and standing in solidarity. My name is Ibrahim. I'm a member of the Party for Socialism and Liberation here in the Twin Cities. And I want to begin by saying clearly that the Somali community is not the problem. Our Somali neighbors, students, workers, business owners, families who build their lives here are not the problem. Donald Trump is the problem, and his racist agenda. Rising prices are the problem. Racism is a problem, not our communities. You know, this hits home for me. I'm Somali, I lived here many years. I know the beauty, the culture, the strength our communities bring to the state. Somalis are, in every facet of society here. They serve the people, they raise families, they start businesses. And Donald Trump does not understand any of this. He's unwanted and unloved everywhere he goes. And that's why he spends all his time in Mar-a-Lago or Jeffrey Epstein's island. He spreads fear and hate because he has nothing real to offer the people. We cannot let this administration attack one community today and another one tomorrow. If we let them divide us, we will be isolated and vulnerable. There's an old poem from Germany during the war that says, first they came for the communists, and I did not speak out because I was not a communist. Then they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. And then they came for the unionists, and I did not speak out because I wasn't a unionist. And then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I wasn't a Jew. And then they came for me, and there's no one left to speak for me. The lesson is simple. Solidarity is our only defense. If they come for the Somali community today, they come for all of us.
Testing, 1, 2, 3, okay. Yeah, so the lesson is simple. Solidarity is the only defense. If they come for the Somali community, they come for all of us. When they target the Latino community, the Afghan community, the black community, they come for us all. Here in Minnesota, ICE is on the move again. This agency has become the largest enforcement body in the country. Hundreds of billions of dollars have gone into building a machine whose only purpose is to terrorize immigrants. ICE is a racist organization. ICE separates families. ICE kidnaps people from their homes and workplaces. ICE is designed to strike fear in our communities. But are we going to let that happen? No! People ask how we could fight back. We have to look to our own history. In 2006, immigrants across the country organized a general strike. A day without migrants, it shut down major parts of the economy. Workers and students walked out, entire neighborhoods and communities mobilized, and Congress was forced to back down. We are not outnumbered, we are out-organized. You know, if they could do it then, we could do it now. Yeah. And if you guys are here today and you want to get more involved in an organization, please come speak to one of us here. We want to, get together and fight back. Okay. Oh my God. Minneapolis has a legacy of strikes. We know what working class power looks like. The question is whether we organize ourselves enough to use it. Because, ICE is organized. These fascists, these white supremacists, they're organized. The billionaires are organized. The only question is whether the people will get organized too. Trump loves to keep talking about, keeping this country safe. But the truth is, the greatest threat to our community is not immigrants. It is the United States government that doesn't care about the people. It is ICE. It is a foreign policy that destroys countries abroad and forces the people to flee and punishes them when they try to set up a life here. Right now, the United States is backing atrocities in Palestine, is fueling catastrophe in Sudan, is spreading militarism across Africa, is igniting war in Venezuela and the Caribbean. ICE agents are being trained by the IDF, the same military that's committing genocide in Palestine. This is blowback for a U.S. foreign policy. This is an empire coming home. This is why we must oppose endless war, endless spending on occupation, and support for the most racist, oppressive governments around the world. AFRICOM has bombed Somalia more than 100 times in the past year, and now Somali families in Minnesota are being told that they might be deported to the same place our government is bombing. Shame. This is not an accident. This is how empire works. It destabilizes country, it exploits them, it calls it peacekeeping, it calls it counterterrorism. Then when the people flee to survive, they complain. And this cycle is being driven by the billionaires, by oil corporations, by the war machine. ICE raids are directly tied to the prison industrial complex in this country. The black community understands that well. The United States is the largest jailer on the planet. Millions sit in prison. This country has never broken its addiction to slavery. The only way out is through a system that challenges. The only way out is through a movement that challenges a system, not just one symptom or one politician. We need a movement that fights for the entire working class, no matter the race or nationality. We need a movement that understands that every attack on immigrants is an attack on the whole working class. A movement that sees clearly that the same system that's bombing Somalia, that's bombing Sudan, that's bombing Palestine, is a system that's sending ICE into our neighborhoods. Trump is only one face of this machine. Biden kept it running. Obama deported more people than anyone. And Bush set up Homeland Security. is different parties, same system. A system that protects billionaires and corporations, not us, the people. So what do? We organize, we defend our communities, we stand shoulder to shoulder with our Somali workers, our Latino neighbors, our black community. We build rapid response networks, we train in people knowing their rights. We shut down raids, we make it clear that Minnesota is not ICE territory. We need to build a system that protects people, not corporations. We need to fight for a society that values human life, not profit. Because when families are threatened, when communities are targeted, when immigrants are terrorized, the only answer is struggle and solidarity. When immigrants are under attack, what do? When immigrants are under attack, what do? What do? Thank you very much.
Hell yeah, let's go, Ibrahim! I'm gonna hand over the mic to Allie, who's gonna give us some tips.
Hey y'all, I'm Allie with the Party for Socialism and Liberation. Just gonna lead you up with some chants. Okay. Money for jobs and education, not for war and deportation.
Money for jobs and education, not for war and deportation.
Money for jobs and education, not for war and deportation.
Money for jobs and education, not for war and deportation.
I think we can get louder, y'all. Let's hear it. Money for jobs and education, not for war and deportation.
Money for jobs and education, not for war and deportation.
That's right. I'm going to say money for what, and you're going to say, sorry. I lost it for a second there. I'm going to say money for jobs, you're going to say not for war. Okay? Money for jobs.
Not for war.
Money for health care.
Not for war.
Money for education.
Not for war.
Money for our communities, for housing.
Not for war.
Okay, I'm going to say something else, you're going to say shut it down, all right? Okay, racism.
Shut it down.
Deportation.
Shut it down.
Imperialism.
Shut it down.
Wall Street.
Shut it down.
This whole damn system.
Shut it down.
That's right. Hey, that's right, y'all. I'm gonna give it back to Doug.
Hell yeah, let's go! Our next speaker is Leo. Leo is a member of the Party for Socialism and Liberation Twin Cities. He's also a member of AFSCME, Council 5, Local 844, is that right? St. Paul Public Schools. He's also a veteran of the Marine Corps and a member of About Face Veterans Against the War. Let's get it up for Leo.
Thank you. Welcome. I'm going to start off a little bit in Spanish, just so that any brothers and sisters. Bienvenidos a todos y todas. Gracias por venir en un día tan nublado. Pero a pesar de este frío, estamos aquí para proteger la soberanía de nuestros hermanos venezolanos y la seguridad nuestra, tanto como la de nuestros hermanos somalíes. I'm going to go back to English. I am Leo Del Rio. I was born in Mexico, and I came to the U.S. when I was 4 years old. I became a citizen in 2016, and soon after I became a Marine. I currently have a role in my union AFSCME at St. Paul Public Schools, Council 5, Local 844. I'm a steward there as well as in the negotiations committee. I am also part of About Face, which is a veterans group against war and militarism, and then the Party for Socialism and Liberation. Now, why do I bring all this up? I want to emphasize that Latinos, as well as Somalis, we find ourselves siloed. In other words, we come from cultures where we treasure community and family. But we find ourselves in a culture and an economic system that promotes individualism. So pulling yourself up by your bootstraps. I say fuck that. I reject that mentality, and I believe that we can only succeed if we come together. And we form a united front that's too strong to repel, too strong to break apart, and too strong to ignore. It's why I joined not only the Marine Corps, but a fraternity when I was younger. But I learned from that, and now I'm in the union fighting for workers. I'm also part of the veterans group fighting against militarism, and I'm part of the party fighting for socialism and liberation. So I felt that need to become a part of something greater than myself. And just as I'm sure many of us feel as well, I am but one man, and I don't have billions to my name. So alone, I can only beg or I can pray. And even in religion, I don't know if any of you guys came from religious backgrounds. I came from Catholicism, but we were told that when two or more are gathered praying for God, He is with us. And so whether you're religious or not, we need community, we need joy, and we need each other. I'm going to start with something positive. Last month, there was an attempted coup or attempted color revolution in Mexico. It was led by Ricardo Salinas Pliego, who is sort of the Zuckerberg or the Elon Musk of Mexico. He owns TV Azteca, which is, and he owns a bunch of other media. He's a media mogul. And so they pretended to be Gen Z. They co-opted the One Piece flag, and they marched violently in the Zócalo, which is the center of Mexico City. Now, they failed. Why? Because the people in Mexico have become politicized. They have class consciousness now. And today, this day, they're marching in the Zócalo to protest that protest, but also celebrate the fourth transformation, which is what the socialist government in Mexico is doing at this moment. So this march celebrates community and joy while dwarfing the far right's attempts to incite violence, and it also discourages U.S. invasion. Now, what's going on in Venezuela? So right now Maduro, the so-called dictator, has armed his people. So why I say so-called dictator is because we're given this image of a man who's scared of his own people. But why would he arm them if he's scared of them? It's because he knows that the Venezuelans know that the true enemy is not him. It's the U.S. trying to invade, take their oil. And it's people like Maria Corina Machado, who just won the Nobel Peace Prize for trying to call for an invasion of Venezuela. Oh, sorry. So they say that Venezuela is a narco-trafficking country, and they try using that as an excuse for invasion. But they've made up a cartel. The cartel of the Suns does not exist. And Trump just pardoned Juan Orlando Hernandez, who was a Honduras president, who did just the same things as they're pretending that Maduras is doing. Exactly, shame. So he was convicted and imprisoned by one of Trump's own appointees to the federal judiciary. So, can you guys hear me? Yes. So somebody who Trump thought would be a good federal judge thought that Hernandez was such a bad man that he deserved to be in prison. But Trump is pardoning him for doing things that he's pretending that Maduro is doing himself. The complete hypocrisy is so obvious that now they're sometimes pretending that they're admitting that they're going there for the oil. Venezuela has the oil of U.S., Canada, and Russia combined. That is why they want to go there and invade Venezuela. So, will this help us here at home at all? No, of course not. It's going to go to the money of oil. The oil money will go directly to the treasure troves of billionaires treasure troves they've already amassed, and they just want more. So what can we do? Locally, as Minnesotans, our focus lies in making sure our communities are safe from the invading ICE agents and their hired bounty hunters who have constantly violated our rights, kidnapping people such as myself and our Somali brothers. And then globally, as anti-war advocates, we must voice our dissent against the destruction of the attempted coups of any invasions to Venezuela. And then nationally, as Americans and people living in the U.S., we must fight fascism wholeheartedly and make our voices heard and push past the fear this administration is trying to instill in us. We're going to lead off with a few chants. Hands off Venezuela. Hands off Venezuela. Hands off the Somali brothers and sisters.
Hands off Somali brothers and sisters.
And hands off Minnesota.
Hands off Minnesota.
Thank you.
And I'm going to say, what do we want? You're going to say, ice off our streets. What do we want?
Ice off our streets.
What do we want?
Ice off our streets.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Ice off our streets.
When do we want it?
Now.
If we don't get it, if we don't get it, if we don't get it,
Shut it down.
if we don't get it,
Shut it down.
what do we want?
Ice off our streets.
When do we want it?
Now.
If we don't get it,
Shut it down.
if we don't get it,
Shut it down.
I believe that we will win.
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 I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win.
I believe that we will win.
Whose streets?
Our streets.
Whose streets?
Our streets.
No justice, no peace.
No justice, no peace.
Ice off our streets.
Ice off our streets.
When Trump says get back,
Fight back.
when Trump says get back, we say fight back. Get back,
Fight back.
get back,
Fight back.
get back.
Fight back.
All right, when I say what do we want, you say justice. What do we want?
Justice.
What do we want?
Justice.
What do we want?
Justice.
If we don't get it,
Shut it down.
if we don't get it,
Shut it down.
what do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
If we don't get it,
Shut it down.
if we don't get it,
Shut it down.
who's got the power?
We got the power.
Who's got the power?
We got the power.
When I say it again, you say people power. Who's got the power?
People power.
What kind of power?
People power.
Who's got the power?
People power.
Who's got the power?
People power.
All right, when I say who's got the power, you say we got the power. When I say what kind of power, you say people power. Who's got the power? Who's got the power? What kind of power? What kind of power? Who's got the power? Who's got the power? What kind of power? No justice, no peace.
No justice, no peace.
Ice off our streets.
Ice off our streets.
Who's got the power?
We got the power.
Who's got the power?
We got the power.
No Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA.
No Trump. No KKK. No fascist USA.
No Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA.
No Trump. No KKK. No fascist USA.
No Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA.
No Trump. No KKK. No fascist USA.
Up with the people.
Up with the people.
Down with Trump.
Down with Trump.
When they say fight, when they say get back, we say
Fight back.
get back,
Fight back.
get back,
Fight back.
get back.
Fight back.
All right. Hell yeah, we're warmed up. All right, I'm going to just give a quick shout out before our next speaker to something we should all be doing. Can I get a hand if you're in a rapid response network or a hyper local network? Can I get a hand? All right, who's in Northeast? Look around you. Who's in Whittier? All right, who's in Longfellow? Who's from St. Paul? Shout out if I didn't say where you're from. Seward, let's go Seward. All right, so you look around you. Clearly, people are in rapid response networks around you. I just want to give a shout out to those networks that are kind of springing up. All of our neighbors working together to fend off ICE. Who's seen ICE in our streets? Nobody wants ICE in our streets. They're driving around in these cars, unmarked cars, not wearing ID. Shame! They shouldn't be allowed to do that. They shouldn't be allowed to walk around our streets unharassed. Is that right? That's right. Habeas corpus. So let's get out there, join these organizations, join these group chats, Get connected with a rapid response network in your area, and let's fight back. All right, with that being said, I'm going to introduce our next speaker. Our next speaker's name is Ella. Ella is a member of the Party for Socialism and Liberation and has been doing great organizing here in the Twin Cities. Let's give it up for Ella.
I'm going to just take a few minutes to highlight how I've seen our collective commitment to
No ice on the street. No fascist KKK. We got no ice on the street. We got all fucking people. It's ice on the street.
thing. Can y'all hear me? All right. Okay. I'm going to take just a few minutes to highlight how I've seen our collective commitment to showing up in response to an increase in ICE activity in our communities. But before I do that, I want to quickly acknowledge a few things that we all already know. We see the abductions in our streets. We see the violence in the Caribbean. We all know that the legacy of the United States is one of unparalleled violence, here at home and internationally. We know that this is not unique to one administration or another, but rather the result of a system that values maximizing profit for a very few at the expense of humanity. In this current iteration, we're being faced with the threat of being dragged into another war for oil. Shame! Another war that will cost the lives of working class people to make money for oil executives and weapons manufacturers. It's that same system that's perpetuating violence abroad to serve the interests of Trump, his administration, and the rest of the ruling class, which is terrorizing our communities here at home. We've seen a dramatic uptick in ICE activity in our cities over the last few days and weeks. And we've seen our neighbors indiscriminately kidnapped by these masked militarized agents on the basis of their appearance alone. And we're here today because we know what ICE is. We know their racist and violent attacks on our communities are meant to instill fear, to keep us isolated, to keep us from exercising our collective power to reject their agenda, to keep us paralyzed in inaction. Let me ask y'all, does that work on us? No! No! What I see here today in all of you is yet another reminder that one thing Minnesota will do and do well is turn out. Our community stands strong together. We consistently demonstrate that we are the ones that keep us safe. What I've seen from us in response to these ICE attacks is a readiness and a willingness to drop everything so that we can show up and protect our neighbors, our friends, and our loved ones. I've seen hundreds of us arrive at the scene within a matter of minutes to meet militarized agents and police with our collective spirit of resistance. We're creating wide networks of rapid response. We're strengthening relationships with our neighbors. We're showing up to hotels, hosting ICE at midnight to demonstrate our disgust, and we are running them out of our neighborhoods. I've seen the strength in our communities, and I know from here it will only grow. We don't need to live under a system that demands we live in this kind of world. We're in a moment where we must make a choice, not only to fight the system that violates and oppresses us, but to commit to building a new system together. Now is the time to come together and to change it. We must be organized. We have so many organizations here in the Twin Cities to plug into. Find the right one for you and join. We have a lot of building to do. Thanks, y'all.
Let's get up for Allah! The people united will never be defeated!
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 When Trump says get back, we say
Fight back!
get back!
Fight back!
Get back!
Fight back!
Get back!
Fight back!
No ban, no wall, sanctuary for all!
Ban! No wall! Sanctuary for all!
No ban, no wall, sanctuary for all!
No wall! Sanctuary for all!
No ban, no wall, sanctuary for all!
No wall! Sanctuary for all!
Donald Trump, let's be clear!
Donald Trump, let's be clear!
Immigrants are welcome here!
Immigrants are welcome here!
Donald Trump, let's be clear!
Donald Trump, let's be clear!
Immigrants are welcome here!
Immigrants are welcome here!
No hate, no fear!
No hate, no fear!
Immigrants are welcome here!
Immigrants are welcome here!
Power to the people!
Power to the people!
No one is illegal!
No one is illegal!
Power to the people!
Power to the people!
No one is illegal!
No one is illegal!
No justice, no peace!
No justice, no peace!
Eyes off our streets!
Eyes off our streets!
No justice, no peace!
No justice, no peace!
Eyes off our streets!
Eyes off our streets!
Whose streets?
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 Our streets!
Ain't no power like the power of the people, is the power of people don't stop! Ain't no power like the power of the people, but the power of the people don't stop! When Trump says get back,
We say fight back!
when Trump says get back,
We say fight back!
get back,
Fight back!
get back,
Fight back!
get back.
Fight back!
The people united will never be defeated.
The people united will never be defeated!
The people united will never be defeated.
The people united will never be defeated!
All right, I'm going to introduce our next speaker, Lyndon. Lyndon is a member of the Solidarity Committee of the Americas. I'm very excited to invite them here today. They've been doing great work, bringing together the people of the United States and the people of our southern hemisphere in South America. Let's bring it up for Lyndon.
Thank you very much. Bienvenidos. Mucho gusto. Nice to meet you all. I'm here representing the Solidarity Committee on the Americas, which is a part of WAM. We meet on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. and we're always looking for more people. I was listening to Venezuela analysis over the last few days, as I encourage everybody to do, as well as to listen to their and read their national paper and, the paper Gramna de Cuba. And I heard a quote from Angel Prado, the Venezuelan Minister of Communes, and I want to share that with everyone here today. In a crucial moment, he said that the choice before us is clear. Either we persist in building socialism, constructing participatory and protagonist democracy while defending our natural resources, or we risk becoming another reformist state with so-called progressive government that fails to transform existing state structures. If we do not advance with our own political model, the one proposed by the Bolivarian Revolution in Chavez, imperialism will destroy us. If we fail to dismantle the structures that they impose on us, they will destroy everything we have built. We aren't going to let that happen, right? No! Thank you. In Venezuela, people who are building communes don't see medicine and food disappearing from stores and shelves. and give up their sovereignty. They knew it is not the failure of their efforts, but the impact of the criminal U.S. blockade intended to starve children, the disabled, and the elderly so that their families despair and lose hope in collective struggle. But they're not going to, because the Venezuelans know have experienced that imperial domination from our country would not bring those things back. Now, as millions of civilians take up arms and organize community militias, there could be no more powerful demonstration of the people's loyalty to each other. Yeah! We must show that same loyalty to them and continue to show up like we have today and to show up materially and to learn and educate others. We know Venezuela is a target for its oil, but also because it is a powerful force for international resistance to imperialism, in solidarity with Palestine, with Iran, and with its neighbors in Cuba, Nicaragua, and Bolivia, and with the indigenous peoples in this country, to name a few peoples. Venezuelans are willing to fight for real freedom. Their state is a project of national liberation, which transforms poor communities, organized into communes, into a powerful united front against foreign oil barons. Unlike our government, the people of Venezuela represent the indigenous people of that land, so they don't mine and drill oil lightly. When our government officials here in Minnesota approved Enbridge's Line 3 crude oil pipeline, which was already faulty and proven to leak chemicals and oil directly into a reservation on Dakota land in this state, before the pipeline was finished, indigenous families still struggled to afford to heat their homes. That same year, oh, I'm good, but thank you, appreciate it. That same year, Venezuelans democratically elected to send some of their precious oil to the White Earth Nation. Solidarity with Venezuela. Absolutely. Once, in collaboration with Wakan TP, I participated in an encampment. When we protested, the local fascists came out with their swastikas, tattoos, guns, and slurs to form swastika tattoos, nothing against tattoos, and slurs to form a menacing counter-protest. In Venezuela, similar groups of fascists have been armed by the United States before, through organizations like the NED. And they are known for assuming black Venezuelans are Chavistas and lynching them. In Venezuela, the people's government defends them against such forces. Here, the police, privately armed with expensive military equipment by Enbridge, to defend their...
No, you. Yes, you are. Now.
Oh, well. At the same time as our police threatened us to cut down a tripod with a young woman still in it, those same police were receiving money from Enbridge to get military equipment. And Venezuelans, on the other hand, were democratically deciding to send oil to the White Earth Nation, among several other First Nations, to heat their homes in the cold winters. We must return their efforts. We must extend our solidarity to Venezuela. While Exxon, owned by the Vanguard Group, Blackwater, and all the usual culprits, is in court for violations of antitrust law with Enbridge, they're still allowed to lobby our government. They're still given more power over whether or not we go to war than we are. What do we have to say to that? Freedom! Foreign oil barons have enough say in this country, which is far less a democracy than Venezuela is, that they can start a war that neither working class Republicans nor Democrats support. No one wants to die for oil. We know who these tyrants are as they persist in efforts to extort the people who already agreed to sell them their oil, as they bomb bus drivers and fishermen. And none of us know that this is unusual, and we all think that these bloodstained organizations of rich people who are behind this country's despotism everywhere else deserve to fall. These are the same people using our state to colonize Palestine, extract gold from genocide in Sudan, and attempt to start decades-long wars around the world. Shame! Shame! Luckily, the U.S. military has a long track record of losing such wars. the indigenous people, the descendants of those who were enslaved, and those people who are fighting now and who are being armed in the millions in the communes will stand with dignity again, and we will stand with them. Viva Venezuela! Viva Venezuela! Thank you, everybody.
Fuck Donald Trump!
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 Fuck Donald Trump! Woo! Woo!
Let's give it up for Lyndon! Money for people, not for war!
Money for people, not for war!
Money for schools, not for war!
Money for schools, not for war!
Money for education!
Money for education!
Money for education!
Not for education!
Money for people, not for war!
Money for people, not for war!
Money for transportation, not for war!
Money for transportation, not for war!
Money for housing, 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 not for war!
Money for healthcare, 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 not for war!
All right, folks, I'm going to introduce our next speaker. It's going to be a combination, Issa and Jiggy. I'm going to talk a little bit about Issa's case. Issa Lopez, you might have heard originally from St. Paul, was arrested back in June. So Issa was brutalized by federal agents at a raid response on Lake Street, just down the road. She was just doing her thing, standing for the people. And she was taking part in an interview and got picked up by the police on false charges. We're here uplifting Issa's story. So Issa is here telling us how we're going to fight back. So let's give it up for Issa Lopez.
Thank you. How are you guys doing today? Give yourselves a round of applause that we're here. It's cold. Thank you. No one's illegal on stolen land.
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 Right now, I can't talk much about my case, but what I can talk about is what this administration is doing right now and has been doing, and what it's continuing. The United States was born off of genocide. The United States was born off of pure power for land and violence. That's something we can't remove from, something we can't refrain from, because they have been using that same power and those tactics across the seas, even when we weren't looking historically. The United States has built and made roots off of imperial, industrial, war crimes and violence. And now it's using that same tool again of fear, of hate, built off of racism in this country all over again. We have to be reminded that this is only a tool. Racism is only a tool for them to take away the power of the people, of who we are, of what it is that we can accomplish. We have to be reminded that the Supreme Court made a decision. That the Supreme Court made a decision where you can racially profile people again. That they can take people away based on the color of their skin. We have to be reminded that the fabric of what this country is, we're all a part of, and we can't remove ourselves from it.
No.
So I ask of you all today to get to know your neighbors, learn another language, learn Somali, learn Spanish, learn an indigenous tongue, like help the people around you, please. Because all we have right now really is our neighbors. All we have right now is to galvanize. All we have right now is the people around you. It's not about romanticizing the movement. It's not about how cool you can post something. It's about the fact that, are you caring for the people around you? Are they okay? Are they going home? Are they going home with their families safely? at the pure basis right now, it is about safety. Something that the policings, and everybody else has failed to do time and time again. Sorry. Yeah. So, right now, what's happening in Venezuela, again, this is only a proxy war. This is only just as big as what these countries want to make themselves seem. But they're using it off of our money. They're using it off of our resources. They're using it off of what we have built. The power at the end of the day is the people's labor. And the people that have been the most exploited in this country, the I don't even want to call them fucking immigrants, because we're not even fucking immigrants. We have been the most exploited in this country. And still, they're taking us in and they're detaining us. So I ask of you, when you think about your own labor and you think about what it is that you do not want this administration to take away from you, think about the people that wish that they can own rights, that wish that they can hold on to that type of rights. So thank y'all so much. I just want to talk real quick about my case. I have 4 charges on me, and all of them are based off of just pure racist. It's just really messed up.
What can we do? Tell us a link. We can all, everyone is proud.
Right now, we're trying to get people to write in letters we're trying to write in letters right now. We have more information on the Homegirls page. Yeah, but give ourselves a round of applause for being here. For the people that do come from, okay, when I say we are not, okay, when I say we are not, you say, well, no. When I say we are not, okay, just repeat after me. We are not your immigrants.
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 Okay, yeah.
Thank
I'm gonna let Jiggy speak real quick.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Let's give a round of applause for my homegirl Issa. What they're doing to her is mad fucked up. What they're doing is trying to take away her First Amendment right to protest, like how we all are out here right now. These people that kidnapped her, attacked her, are like 6'3". Racism is trying to make her seem like she's the aggressor. My homegirl ain't no aggressor. How can y'all help? Y'all can follow the Homegirls for Issa Instagram page, Homegirls with the Z. Everybody take your phone out right now. And I'm gonna wait. Yeah. Take it out, take it out. Homegirls for Issa.
Homegirl for Issa.
ISA. Instagram. Go on Instagram right now and follow Homegirls for Issa. HOMEZ letter 4 ISA. We're going to be posting a whole bunch of more information on how you guys can support, blow up or call the phone, send in letters, talk to your neighbors about this case, because what happens with Issa's case is setting a precedent here in Minnesota about how we can use our First Amendment right. I'm going to need y'all to lock in. Thank you.
Thank you, Jiggy. Thank you, Issa. I also just want to shout out, I met Issa at the NDN Collective training on non-cooperation. Issa and the Indigenous Protector Movement are doing a great job patrolling this very street, Franklin Ave. Shout out to Issa. When I say hands up, you say Issa, hands up! Issa! Hands up! Issa! Hands up! Issa! Hands up! Issa! When I say hands up, you say our streets, hands up!
Our streets!
Hands up!
Our streets!
Hands up!
Our streets!
Whose streets?
Our streets!
Whose streets?
Our streets!
Whose streets?
Our streets!
Whose streets?
Our streets!
The people united will never
justice, no peace.
No justice, no peace.
ICE off our streets.
ICE off our streets.
No justice, no peace.
No justice, no peace.
ICE off our streets.
ICE off our streets.
No justice, no peace.
No justice, no peace.
ICE off our streets.
ICE off our streets.
Okay, everybody, we're going to close. It's very cold. We want you to get home, get safe, get ready to go back out in the streets. Take care of your neighbors. I just want to give a quick shout out. Again, please look around you, talk to the people around you. If you are not already in a rapid response network, join one. We need more people to be keeping eyes on ICE, to be giving reports. I know the salute report is out there. Size, activity, location, uniform, time, equipment. Be disciplined. Be out in the streets. Stay dangerous. Dare to struggle. Dare to win. All right. Lyndon wants to come back on the mic for a quick message. I'm going to give it back to Lyndon real quick.
I just wanted to say that my husband and I are applying to the Escuela Latinoamerica de Medicina. Applications are open now. They pay your rent for 6 years to 8 years. It's in Cuba. It's also in Venezuela. And you apply through the Interreligious Foundation for Community Organizing. And yeah, it's free medical school, free revolutionary medical school. So just wanted to mention that.
Thanks, Lyndon. Appreciate it.
Once again, fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Donald Trump. Can't hear you. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Donald Trump.
All right. All right, I understand also you might want to get connected with the Party for Socialism and Liberation. Is Jazz? Jazz, are you here? Jazz is right here. You can sign up to hear more. We have a newsletter. Please go to Jazz if you want to hear more about the Party for Socialism and Liberation Twin Cities. One last thing, you're free to hang out. We're here in community holding space, but this is the end of the formal demonstration. There is tea, there are hand warmers over there. We have like tea, hot tea that you can get over there by the bus stop. All right? Thank you all for coming. Stay strong, stay dangerous. Appreciate it.
ICE off the streets. All immigrants are free. We're all human beings. ICE off the streets.
All right, everybody, that was the end of the speeches here for this protest. If you could, to help get the word out about what's happening here in Minneapolis and show our coverage to more people, because I'm going to pan around here. There is absolutely no mainstream media coverage out here at all. There's a couple of people with cameras. Mercado Media is here, another independent outlet. A couple other people with cameras, but that's it. Otherwise, it's just Status Coup here on the ground. After we've been on the ground for nearly 2 months in Chicago, after we have been on the ground in Charlotte, we have done our coverage, of course, on Alligator Alcatraz, and now we are here in the Twin Cities, showing us this community stands up as well against an authoritarian takeover and crackdown of on immigrants in the immigrant communities. And not necessarily, it's the point that we heard there in that protest there is it's not really a crackdown directed at immigrants. And I'll just note, as you can see the crowd walking away there down the street and panning around here to see everybody out here. When we first started, it was only a few dozen people, maybe about 3 dozen people were out here. By the end of the program, it was well over 100 folks who had come out here to the intersection of Franklin Avenue and Chicago Avenue in Minneapolis to be able to protest the Trump administration's immigration crackdown here in the city, as the number of ICE officers has swelled over the last couple of weeks. Largely due because the president has been making a lot of racist comments about the Somali community here in the city, and that personal animus is now driving and a crackdown on people for being people, for just trying to live out the American dream here in this country. You heard there from a number of speakers. So if you can, to get the word out about what's happening here on the ground, like this stream, share it, try and boost it in the algorithm, because these stories end up going criminally undercovered. You get, CNN will write a story here, do one little segment. The New York Times will do one story. I just saw Washington Post did a story on Minneapolis the other day, and that's it. And that's all you'll hear is just this sort of like presentation of like, oh, the people there in Minnesota sure don't like the Trump administration cracking down and, abducting people off of the streets. Hello, people are being abducted off the streets every day. You would think that this merits some kind of actual resources, reporting resources here on the ground. Well, Status Coup isn't afraid to do it, and we are here doing it right now. I'm actually going to try and get some of these protesters here for interviews to share what it is like to live in the Twin Cities as this immigration crackdown is beginning to swell here. Pardon me, all. Pardon me. I'm looking for some folks to interview about about the operation here. Who would be the best to talk to? I'm also I don't know if you see him at all. The gentleman who was here of Somali descent. I would love to get Ibrahim. He's probably from So we've got some folks here from PSL. They were the organizers of this protest. They're running around getting some folks for me to talk to right now. But I do want to walk you through just a few things that I've seen out here in just in the few hours that I've been on the ground. I just got to Minneapolis today, a little bit earlier today, and I started by just getting the lay of the land, tooling around a little bit. Already in just a couple of hours that I have been here before the protest started, came across ICE twice. Not out on any sort of real operations. They just seemed to be patrolling around. I didn't see them. At one point I saw them just like stop at a mall parking lot. But we saw How you doing? Hi there, just fine.
I'm Simon.
Simon?
Yeah, what's your name?
My name's JT. I'm with Status Coup, online independent progressive outlet. Nice to meet you.
Status Coup?
Yes, sir.
I've never heard of it. What's Status Coup about?
You should check us out. We're on YouTube mostly, a little over 500,000 subscribers and stuff. And we're just a small reporting outlet here that goes around, and our whole thing is parachuting in and telling these stories on the ground about what's happening out here. Were you directed over to talk to me, or were you just curious?
Jonathan was trying to get Ibrahim, but sounds like he's maybe
taken off already?
Had to go.
What was your name?
I'm Simon.
Simon.
Yeah. And also, we sent out a press release about this, but I don't think you're on a press release.
No, absolutely not.
So,
yeah, let's
before you're gone, let me get your email or whatever email.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's, if I could have you put this on. Just clip this here up by your... Just unzip just a tiny bit. I know it's cold out here.
What questions should I expect?
Oh, just really basic stuff. Just trying to get the lay of the land out here, what it feels like to live in the Twin Cities right now.
Yeah.
So I'll have you... Yeah, right there is perfect. All right, Simon, if I could have you start. Just say spell first and last name for me, please.
My name is Simon Elliott, SIMONELLIOTT.
You can talk to me, not the camera. Sorry if you glance at it, just trying to stare it down is the only thing.
Yeah.
So, Simon, what's your affiliation with PSL?
Yeah, so I'm an organizer with the PSL, which is the Party for Socialism and Liberation.
And maybe just walk us through why was this demonstration out here necessary today?
Yeah. So we called for this demonstration, and as you can see, we had an incredible turnout, even on a pretty short notice, because one element that the presence of ICE in Minneapolis and in South Minneapolis and in St. Paul, it has such a chilling effect. Beyond just the weather that we're experiencing now, a lot of people are really scared with the amount of ICE activity that's going on, the amount of roving law enforcement that's just snatching people from outside their homes, outside their jobs, in commercial corridors. And one thing that being in the street like this, being all together can do is it can really help try to break that fear. So for all the people that came today and were here in community, we're hoping that they're leaving more empowered than they showed up today. And also, even for the people who weren't here today, it's so important. We saw all of the people driving by honking, saying, you know, fuck ICE out the window of their car. It's so important for people to see that not everyone is just staying in their home scared, but rather there is a movement here that's willing to stand up for our neighbors and the immigrants that make Minneapolis the beautiful city that it is.
How's the level of ICE activity here in the Twin Cities compared, meaning very recently here, maybe over just the last week or two, compared to the several months of the Trump administration before this?
Yeah, certainly. So what we've seen recently is, and there was a New York Times article that dropped, I think came out on Tuesday, that said that the Trump administration was implementing a special operation targeting the Somali community here in the Twin Cities. And it said that about 100 agents were going to get deployed to the Twin Cities for this operation. And from organizers on the ground and our experience, that has been true. There certainly is an uptick in immigration activity. Right now it's been focused pretty heavily on South Minneapolis. And one thing that we've seen is ICE is really implementing this strategy of sort of a snatch and grab. And I think part of why that is because anytime they've tried to do larger raids in the Twin Cities, the community has come out and has immediately, within minutes, within 10, 15 minutes, there's dozens, if not hundreds of people there to confront ICE as they conduct these raids that are highly unpopular. And so we're seeing ICE's activity has changed in that there's more agents in the cities, it appears, and they're doing quicker kidnappings as opposed to what they were doing before.
This protest here blended what's happening very, very local with these ICE abductions off of the streets here of the Twin Cities with the international, with the threat, the seemingly forthcoming war, regime change effort in Venezuela. How do you see those two, what seemingly on their face are two very different issues? How do you see them as being linked?
Yeah, absolutely. So this, across the country, there is a national day of action to oppose the war in Venezuela that the Trump administration clearly is trying to stoke. We're seeing the number of troop deployments that the Trump administration is doing to the Caribbean, the bombings of and the murder of people in boats in the Caribbean in this last month. So we're seeing that the Trump administration is stoking what is, again, it's a very unpopular war. People who know about Venezuela, or even who don't know about Venezuela, there's not an appetite in the United States among the people for a war, or like you said, a regime change effort, an effort to topple a democratically elected president in Venezuela. There's no appetite for that. And instead, what the Trump administration, what they're doing with these raids and this uptick of immigration activity here and in New Orleans, what we believe is that the Trump administration policies are deeply unpopular. People are feeling that in the rising cost of living in this country. Trump has done nothing to slow the rising costs of living. And in fact, he's exacerbating it with his policies of the cutting of SNAP. Things are getting more expensive, more money's going to the billionaires. And how does Trump respond? He responds with cutting one of the crucial social safety nets, that is food stamps and SNAP benefits. And so we believe that these are connected because Trump is trying to scapegoat. He's trying to scapegoat Venezuela and folks who've had to migrate to the United States from Venezuela. We've seen the Trump administration say incredibly racist things about Venezuelans. For example, outside the Denver area, there were those raids and increased activity, accusations of there being Venezuelan gangs taking over apartment buildings, which we know is not true. And now Trump is deploying a similar rhetoric and a similar logic here with the Somali community, saying that the Somali community, all sorts of racist things. And so that's the connection, is we see these are both attempts to distract from the reality of an incredibly unpopular president, and to scapegoat and demonize others when Trump's plan, which is simply put a plan to make the billionaires richer, when that plan is failing.
You call it a distraction. How does it make you feel, like emotionally, to see your home, your community be terrorized and be made all for the sake of distraction from a faltering economy, from allegations of pedophilia, from the list goes on?
Yeah. It's incredibly angering. It's incredibly angering. It's incredibly frustrating. It is scary also to know that there's these masked anonymous agents going around kidnapping neighbors everywhere. And I think this is also why a protest like the one here today is so important, because it gives a chance for people to voice that frustration, to demonstrate how they're feeling, to be in community together and to share in those feelings. I also want to highlight there, we've seen also that there's so much activity, so many people are channeling that fear and frustration into really productive manners. So people are tracking ICE through South Minneapolis and making sure that they're honking their car, ready to drive ICE out of our neighborhood so as to avoid kidnapping. So while it's scary and it's angering, I've seen this community do such a good job to channel those emotions into really productive ways to keep our community safe and build our movement.
I've only been here in Minneapolis for a few hours now, but I've already been really I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I've been very impressed, I should say, with the amount of organizing that has happened here on the ground to resist the Trump administration in, from my perspective, a very short period of time. Since the Trump administration began ramping up its ICE operations here, you've already got very active groups on social media and through messaging apps, etc., for people to be organized, letting each other know where ICE is operating in and around the cities right now. Obviously, you're able to organize large demonstrations like this, multiple of them on the calendar that have already happened and some coming up yet. That capacity for organizing right now, where the hell is it when people aren't being disappeared off the streets? I mean, is this what? Why can't we have this for healthcare? Why can't we have this for education? Why can't we have this for transportation? For all the things that were shouted in the chants here.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I would say I think in the Twin Cities there is a lot of energy for that, and obviously moments like this are crucial inflection points that bring people into the streets. Horrifying images, of course, of ICE showing up and kidnapping people, unmarked vans with their masks up. Those are really galvanizing images, and I firmly believe that the energy that sort of the response that it brings out of people is something that through having strong organizations, through having strong community networks, that people are going to stay in the struggle. Even if they maybe have only gone to a protest or two in the last year since the Trump administration has come, or maybe they haven't even gone to one yet, but now suddenly they're activated because they're seeing what's happening on the street. I believe that as we continue to fight for our community and we continue to fight for the working class of this country, and as we talked about today, the people of the whole world are trying to avoid a war in Venezuela that the Trump administration is trying to stoke, I believe that people will stay in the struggle. No matter when they get activated, no matter when they get politicized, being in struggle changes you, changes your consciousness, and I think that will lead to people being in the struggle for longer.
To what extent do you feel like Minneapolis getting the focus of the administration's ire and attention when it comes to immigration enforcement efforts right now? To what extent is that, the president's made some very racist remarks about the Somali community here. To what extent is the motivation racism, and to what extent is it just maybe picking on your governor or your mayor as just the latest focus for President Trump, the latest foil for his rage?
I think it's everything that you just named. I think it is, there's some incredible racism coming out of the Trump administration. And you have people like Stephen Miller, who are, simply put, like white supremacists. They're white nationalists, and they're a force within the Trump administration, in his ear, encouraging this sort of racist tirades, this sort of racist immigration enforcement operations. And I do think that this is what happens. The Trump administration wants to make examples out of cities. We saw that with Chicago, and we're seeing that with the Twin Cities now. And I think that what is so crucial is that we're here and we respond swiftly and strongly in community, and as we have seen over the last week. And I think it's important, if they try to make an example of our city, that we do not allow them to make an example of our city, and that the example that we want to set is that if you come in and you want to do kidnapping, demonization, and make racist remarks, that the community is going to stand up and that we will defeat that sort of onslaught from the Trump administration.
So it sounds like you're hopeful about the future?
Absolutely. Optimistic. There's no other possible feeling, I think, after having witnessed how this city has responded in the last couple of days, other than to have that optimism that this is what is ultimately going to defeat the Trump administration.
Thank you very much. Anything else you would want to add while the camera's rolling?
I think I said a lot, but I appreciate it.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And you're going to be there Monday?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, great. Yeah.
If you want to take a picture of this.
Is that your...
My email
is that a textable number?
It's not. But my email is just my name followed by StatusCoup.com.
With the full name?
Yeah, full name.
Seskowski at StatusCoup.com. Okay.
I wish I had my business cards on me. I don't, unfortunately.
We got to get you a bigger coat.
Yeah. Really?
I don't know. Are you cold?
I mean,
where are you from?
Wisconsin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not that far. I used to, just outside of Madison.
Oh, cool. I'm from Milwaukee.
Oh, really?
Originally.
All right. Well, all right. Go Badgers then, I guess. I don't know. Maybe you're too Minnesotanized now, but.
I'll be a Packers fan, so I die.
I think you too. Well, we were live, so it's out there already. But if we do post it, it would be in the next few days. It would be probably this week sometime. If we clip it and do something separate with it, yeah. Thank you. So that was just one voice, one organizer out here. Again, we're out here in the cold, in the snow, lifting up the voices of the people who live here in the Twin Cities area, lifting up the voices of organizers and activists who are doing work on the ground well before the Trump administration's immigration crackdown began, and who are committing themselves to doing so well after. And on that long of a timeline, I want to point out that we're going to be here on the ground for at least the next few days. We don't have an exit date. When we come in and we do this on-the-ground reporting, we don't parachute in for one day and then leave. We buy one-way plane tickets. We drive up here. I say goodbye to my wife, my newborn daughter, not knowing exactly when I'm going to be coming home to them. That's because of how important we feel that this work is. If you share my belief that this kind of work, showing people what is happening here on the ground, is important, go to StatusCoup.com/join for as low as $5 a month. You can help keep us here on the ground in the Twin Cities, in the same way that we were on the ground in Charlotte, in the same way we were on the ground for nearly 2 months in Chicago, in the same way we were on the ground in LA, in the same way that we were on the ground outside of Alcatraz. And on and on and on it goes. But this work is expensive, this work is important, and we need your support. All right, I'm going to check in with a few folks here, try and get some more interviews. But in the meantime, please like the stream, share it. Want to get this out to as many folks as possible. YouTube and the other social media sites do not reward journalism. It's not something that they actively boost in their algorithms. Certainly not independent journalism. They might have, partnerships with the New York Times or the CNNs of the world, but not us. So we need all the help we can get to get the word out here. Hi, folks. I'm a reporter.
Hi.
I'm with, what's your name?
Nora.
Nora, nice to meet you. I'm JT.
Pleasure.
Would you guys mind if I did an interview about why you're out here, the message you're hoping to deliver, et cetera, et cetera? Yeah, all right. Well then. Well,
I think this is the star of the show.
yeah, absolutely. Definitely want to show off the signs. If I can get you guys to kind of scrunch together.
Sure,
Yeah, as close together as you can get, sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys are friends or not.
We just met. We're friends now.
You're friends now.
We're good. Through the cause.
I seem to have a knack for doing that. I
Yeah.
pull people out of the crowd thinking they know each other and encourage them to get very close, and they're like, "Oh, I have no idea who
we're
you are."
fine now.
All right, so I'll have if one of you wants to just actually, I'll give each of you one of these. It's got a clip on the back or a magnet that you can use to attach to your coat, and I can help you out if you need it.
Could you help me out?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I just hold it?
Or we're doing it.
Sometimes you'll wave it around, you'll forget you're holding it.
Is the camera on right now?
It is.
Oh, okay.
Let's do this really quick. All right. If I could have you each start just by spelling your names for me, please.
Okay, I'm Nora. That's N as in Nancy, O-R-A-H.
My name is Kinsley, K-I-N-S-L-E-Y.
You guys can talk to me, not the camera. It's already if you glance at it, just trying to stare it down.
Sounds good.
So, what made you want to be out here today?
I'm a first generation immigration daughter, and my dad has recently lost his temporary protective status. He still continues to work because that's what you're supposed to do, regardless if you're American or not. But 70,000 people from him and his country and a neighboring country have lost their statuses and are being detained illegally. I saw a man who got his leg ran over yesterday in Virginia. Washington, I think. I don't know. Just so many hateful crimes happening while people are just living their lives. People are being detained and then being harassed. There's no due process. People are being hurt before they can even be properly booked and put into the system. Yeah, there's no due process.
What made you want to be out here?
Yeah, I mean, this has been going on. These raids have been going on for months. They are cruel and inhumane and blatantly racist. 73% of detainees have no criminal record. Only 5% are violent, according to the Cato Institute. You can fact check me. Yeah, it's just sickening to see this happening in our community. And, you know, as a person, a white person with privilege, I felt it was important for me to be here today. I felt this was like the best thing I could do.
I want to ask you about your father. What's the emotions that you're feeling right now, seeing the way the Trump administration is treating immigrants, knowing, you know, the status of his temporary protected status?
Yeah.
What are the emotions that are going through your mind?
I mean, my dad's been here 32 years, so he's been here about as many years as many felonies Trump has. So, and he's never committed a felony. He's never had a speeding ticket. He's never been pulled over, and he's never had his car towed. So people can say he's a threat to society. People can say they're stealing his jobs, but, you know, you could do better yourself. If he's offending you with his accent, learn 2 languages. You know, it makes me upset when people are saying they're taking their jobs, and English is my first language. And now I'm learning sign language as a 3rd language, you know. There's no reason to hate another language.
Nora, how have the immigration raids of the last, say, 2 weeks compared to the several months of the Trump administration's immigration agenda before this here in the Twin Cities? Give people a sense for how things have changed, if they have changed.
Yeah, I mean, well, you know, it got violent with the St. Paul police against protesters just in the last few weeks. You know, you've seen the administration go into places like Portland, Chicago, and you've seen those cities rise up and, like, stand with their communities. And like I said, I have the privilege of being a citizen of this country. I also have the privilege of walking around in a white body. And under this administration, it's people like myself who are not under attack right now. And so for me, you know, activism looks different for everyone. I recognize, you know, there's a myriad of reasons you can't be out here today. This isn't the only thing you have to do. For me, I had today off, and I felt like it was important to, like, come and be with the community and stand up for what I believe in and stand up against injustice in our community.
I want to ask both of you. You referenced those other cities that you've seen the Trump administration going to. Before I was here in the Twin Cities, I was in Chicago for 2 months covering what was happening there. What inspiration are you taking from the way folks got organized in those other communities, the way they stood up? You know, in what ways are you looking to what's happening elsewhere for either inspiration or just, you know, as an instruction manual how it might go here?
I would say Chicago and New York for demonstrator-wise. They just have such a big population that seems to go out into the city every time. I wish St. Paul and Minneapolis could do more like that on shorthand notice, you know. New York and Chicago can just pop out like that, and that's super cool for them to come and help support others.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And for me, like, I was just really inspired by the lightheartedness of the protests you saw in Portland. I left my cat ears in the car because it's cold and I needed to wear a hat, but like I have these glowing cat ears. I forgot my bubble wand, but I was gonna bring that too. You know, just being out here and like smiling and, you know, just like trying to find joy amid these dark times, you know. Trying to find, even in all this chaos and the horrible things that are happening, finding the levity. And, you know, it's really hard for oppositions, you know, people who oppose these protests to come at you if you know, are wearing a goofy hat and say, like, you're violent and angry, right? So that's been a huge inspiration for me.
And this is the other sign I brought today with me because...
It says, say it, America has concentration camps. What are you referencing there as being concentration camps in this country?
I would say Alligator Alcatraz as being a main one, and they got shut down because of their unfair conditions with detainees. And every other detention center, you know, Anoka, whatever, Huntington County, is opening their arms to ICE agents to flood their cities, and Minneapolis is saying, no, we don't want you here.
Why is the language important? When you say it, America has concentration camps, you're asking people to put a very specific label on something. Why is the language around this important?
Because Anne Frank said similar statements in 1943, and we are now in 2025 and things are still going backwards. And there's no reason why women, people of color, anyone who is different from what your typical different is
and Nora,
should be treated.
Yeah, Nora, your sign says you can't spell Third Reich without ICE. Do you see that that's where we're at? I mean, is this full-blown fascism? Do you see this as 1930s Germany?
I mean, I think we definitely have to create space for that possibility. Yeah, I think, like, kind of similarly, I think you kind of need to call it what it is. I know that sounds really aggressive to people. I've been trying to meet people where they're at. You know, on a day like today, though, like, yeah, I'm out here with my sign because this really is what it is. They were just, you know, coming into people's places of business, into people's homes and taking people indiscriminately because of their ethnicity, you know. And that's what's happening here. So,
yeah,
that explains this.
We're both out here today, and it's cold, but we're out here, you know, and we're best friends now, new friends. You can meet a friend anywhere in Minnesota.
Bonding
That's what's
over
important.
fascism. That's uplifting and dark at the same time.
Silver linings.
That's sad for both two
Silver
girls
linings.
underneath their 30s. That's kind of sad.
It is. Yeah.
I mean, I'm a teacher, so I'm speaking up for the kids as well, you know. There's a lot of kids who are going home now, and their mommies and daddies aren't there.
Is there anything else you guys would want to add while you have the platform?
Just, if you don't understand why we're out here today, I would encourage you to take a look at the history. There's a lot of, I follow this woman on Substack. Her name is Heather Cox.
Yeah.
And she does a really great job. She does, oh my gosh, what's it called? A Letter to America? What is it called? Yeah. And she just does a really good job of outlining things that are happening currently and putting it and like drawing parallels to things that have happened in history. And when you look at it from that context, when you look at the history, when you look at the strategies that are being deployed, it's really alarming what's happening. And so I just would say to anyone who doesn't agree with us for being out here, I hope you can, you know, find it in yourself to like put some research, like do some research on this issue. And, you know, I try to like keep myself educated on the other side as well, you know, because I want to understand how people not like me are thinking and like why are people supporting this and how, because these people's needs aren't being met, right? Like the people who think everything is hunky-dory right now, they just have needs that aren't being met. So it's like we're kind of all on the same team, you know? Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I would just like to say to the other immigrants, you know, stay strong, viva la gente. And te amo mucho y lo siento para todas las personas. I'm really sorry for everything that everyone has gone through, financially and physically, trauma that has been created now in a home where there was once peace. Just keep our children safe, and let's hopefully continue to stand up for those who need it if we can.
No one is safe until we're all safe.
No one is safe until we're all safe. And I did come from work today, working with the kids. But yeah.
And how are the kids holding up?
The kids are holding up rather well. You know, we have some Latino children who are aware of it, and it's sad trying to explain to a 2-year-old. If someone comes into your home, don't tell them your name. Don't let them in. Don't open the door. If they're police, no. Yeah, that's really fun, explaining to a 2-year-old.
Important work, and thank you for doing it. Thank you for talking to me. I appreciate both of you.
Thank you, JT.
Let me grab the microphone back from you. Appreciate that. Go. You both are free. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So you've been traveling around like most of the protests?
Our outlet has been to, I was just listing it off. Our outlet's we've been to Chicago, we've been to Charlotte, we were in LA, we were at Alligator Alcatraz did a lot of the breaking reporting out there. So yeah, we've been all over.
Yeah.
And we try to travel and get to as many of these stories as we can.
Nice. Cool. Oh, good for you. Thanks for being out here today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
you guys too.
Stay safe.
Pardon me, guys. My name's JT. I'm a reporter. I'm with Status. What's that?
What are you reporting?
I just got to Minneapolis today, but we're here to cover the ICE raids that are happening here in the city.
What's your bias or stance on it?
So I'm with Status Coup. We're an online independent progressive outlet. So I'm looking to interview folks about...
What's your personal bias or stance on it before I even agree to...
What do you mean by that?
ICE.
Like, am I horrified by the way that the administration is like abducting people off of the street? Like, hell yeah.
Okay, now.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
Gotcha.
Like, I don't know who. I don't know who I'm talking to.
No, got you. I got you.
Especially since, too, a lot of what I've noticed with the ICE raids, they've been filming people as well. And then
Ah.
I saw one where the guy who was getting drugged, he was being filmed. You would think it's like people who are trying to be like, hey, like...
But it's part of ICE.
Yeah.
So, like, now you always got to make sure to, like, ask.
The propagandists are now making you question, like, okay, is this camera producing propaganda or is it actually out here to cover the story?
Yeah.
I gotcha. Totally understood. When I was on the ground in Chicago for about 2 months out there, and I remember I was out interviewing just one person on the side of the street, just one person holding a sign. Just one person holding a sign, and ICE rolled up on us, or I think it was Border Patrol actually rolled up on us and just pulled over just to snap photos of this one person out there holding a sign and the media that was interviewing them, just as a way to document exactly who's out, questioning what the administration is doing out there. So,
What kind of things are you trying to?
Pretty basic, honestly. A lot of it is just like, why are you out here? What's the message that you're hoping to deliver?
Are you?
Yeah. And I don't believe I've caught names from either of you yet.
We found out we just have the same name, so...
Oh, really?
Really funny.
Yes. Ferdosa.
Okay. So I'll have you clip that onto your shirt somewhere, and you as well. And if you need help, I'm happy
Go ahead.
All right, there you are.
It's gotten...
Okay, well, also, I get nervous super quickly. I don't like
That
it.
is totally fine.
I
Totally
do
fine.
like speaking my mind and making sure that people are aware of what's going on, but at the same time...
I got you.
Yeah.
If at any point you need me
You
to
already
swoop
seem a
in...
lot more put together than I am, bitch. We just met. You seem way more put together.
كعلة أو بيلعب كعلة كعادي أو إن بلا مركي ترحيل الإنسان مركي
والله ها رونا شيجسا
الحين كان بكتب مساكين كان
مساكين وياك دم ها
Yeah, I'm ready to go. I'm just a little worried because I'm running out of battery.
وحنا يسوي كذا وكل حد لا لكن أصلا محورة بيمو وحنا تقاضى سوق وحير سوق وكل حد لا لكن أصلا محورة بيمو وحنا تقاضى يا وحير مش السوق.
Alright, hold on guys, I'm gonna change up the battery on the camera.
So we just speak our mind. We just speak our mind.
Yeah, so we just established that you guys have the same name, but if I can get you to spell it, maybe we only need to do it once, maybe it's different spellings.
The thing is, it's different spellings. Hers is
one letter.
One letter.
Okay.
Yes. So you're. I'm FARDOWSA.
I'm FIRDOWSA.
Yes.
So Verdosa, thank you both very much for talking to me today. Appreciate it. So what made you both want to be out here at this protest today?
Yeah, so we are against ICE raids. We are against ICE as a whole. Like, it's like dehumanizing that people are like being snatched up off the street just for something as like, oh, they're quote unquote illegal just because they don't have documents. That makes no sense. Like, people who are hardworking, these are hardworking people who come to this country for better lives, and then they do not deserve to be stripped off the street and like taken from their home, taken from their children, just because of some racist. Yeah, that's. Sorry, I don't.
No, and I 100% agree with literally everything you just said. I agree with literally everything you just said, and being born and raised in this community and in this neighborhood, it's very disheartening and just disgusting to see people who have spent their entire livelihoods roaming these streets, using these shops, using these buildings, these parks, these sidewalks, being told that they can't be here. It's disgusting, and the fact that they're using it as illegal. First of all, that doesn't make sense. Everyone here is illegal. This is not our land. It's already stolen land, so that's not a valid point to make. And second of all, they're not just targeting people who are illegal, quote unquote, not that it matters. They are targeting anyone who isn't white. That is propaganda and disgusting, and I'm not against. I am against it, and I'm not for it. Is what I meant to say. I grew up here, born and raised here, went to Augsburg University, like born at Fairview Hospital in Cedar Riverside. These are my stomping grounds, so it's gross and disgusting for people to say that we don't belong here.
And instead, like, people want to say like, oh well, illegal. Why don't you make it easier for people to come to America? You know how impossible. You know how impossible it is for people to get green cards here. You know how impossible it is to get citizenship
maintain them
and to citizenship. You make it so hard for people to come in, and then you think like, no, that makes no sense. Make it easier for people to come because people just want to. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No. I cut you off.
Yeah, no. People just want to come here for a better like life. People come from places where like there's not many opportunities, so they come to America, the land of opportunities, and then this is how you thank them, by kicking them out. Like, it makes no sense.
I've dated a Somali woman for 2 years, and she's been great.
Yep.
Okay. Anyway, I just think that if you are, like, there's no reason for any of this to be happening, but the fact that this is happening without giving any precedence or any type of resources or any type of anything for anyone to get out of their hard situations. First of all, let's start with the homelessness here and the bullshit that they fucking tried to do with the homelessness encampments, and they ripped them all apart and displaced so many fucking homeless people while winter was approaching. Fucking crazy. So I'm just like, if they're not going to give resources to the people that need them, then they need to shut the fuck up.
Let's I want to pivot around here actually.
Yeah. Yes. I agree.
Yes.
I was fucking
well.
Oh my god.
No, she just wants to make sure you're good.
Frida.
Yeah.
Frida? I'm still getting interviewed, so 1 second.
Verdosa.
Thank you.
Yeah,
What the
sorry.
fuck?
Yeah, that was weird.
I shouldn't have set you up right there.
I once dated a Somali girl.
Yeah.
See, good for you.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I had a knife and a tape. Like, no.
Oh,
Okay.
I got a knife and a. I had two fucking knives.
All right, so I apologize for the interruption.
You want to
there,
stick
but,
it? You want to stick it like in the ground?
Yes,
Like
yes.
bury it? Like
Yes.
do a...
So
Sorry.
I want to talk about just give it for this is I work for a national outlet.
Yeah,
so
I was
folks
gonna
who aren't going to be
yeah.
who aren't going to be familiar with
What's
been,
what? Is it a news like?
Yeah. Status Coup News. We're on YouTube.
Okay.
You guys look us up here afterwards. But I want to just kind of get a sense for what things have been like in Minneapolis for both like the months preceding this, and then maybe here just over the last 2 weeks.
Okay.
How have the immigration rates changed over that period of time?
Yes.
Sorry, are we?
Listen, if you're here for the cause, be for the cause. We are talking about our experiences. You're a white man. You don't need to be in this.
Yes.
I know, but I did.
Yeah, but no, that's it.
please,
Point blank,
stop, though.
period. You can walk
Please.
away. You're
Walk
a
away.
white man. This does not concern you. You can walk away.
Yes, thank you. Maya, Maribi, please shoo, go, bye.
Tertib is clear. Don't.
Tertib
stop.
mahan, may.
You're always telling women to be quiet. Tell him to be quiet. Ani tertib haydihin. Ani tertib haydihin. Asaka tertib de. Asaka tertib de.
Maya.
Asaka tertib de. Ani tertib haydihin. Amos. Amosa. Amos.
So I just wanted to get a sense from you guys. How has the immigration rates here in the Twin Cities changed, if at all? Let's say over the last 2 weeks versus the preceding several months of the Trump administration. Has there been a perceptible change?
Okay, so my dad came here when he was 16 years old, right? And my mom did as well, like 2 years after. So born and raised here, and it's been a very consistent kind of understanding in the Minnesotan and Minneapolis community where Somalis have been welcomed here, and we've always been a very large of the community. But I take public transportation to and from work every single day. And it's not really just the Somali community that's being affected. It's anyone who thinks that they fall in the precedence of being illegal or being concerned of being illegal. So when I'm on the public transportation this whole week, empty. There's barely anyone on there. Usually when I'm on the fucking D line, it's full to the brim of people coming to and from work. But now people are so scared to live their daily lives and make money and provide for their families so much that they literally don't go outside. And it's disgusting that they have to feel that way and that their families and themselves are getting punished for feeling that way. It's disgusting.
Yes, it's like the same thing too, like a lot of people, there's been a lot of fears. There's been a lot of people, I have a coworker who like is genuinely scared, fearing for her life. And I asked her, I said like, hey, like you do not need to like worry. If let's say for example, like we're over here being like, hey, if they ask you questions, don't answer like we're trying to like come up like, hey, here's a support system. Even as far as saying like, hey guys, everyone here, like if anything goes wrong, everyone here is happy, right? Just in case anything goes wrong. Like it's to the point where there's been so much fear because like it's again, like you said, it's not just like one or two people, it's everyone being targeted. And it's like
everyone who's not white.
Yes,
literally everyone who's not white they have the chance of being pulled over by ICE for just looking a certain way. If you're not white, then you literally, like, it doesn't matter. That's why everyone is staying inside. Like, there's a thing, if you're on the Instagram page, like, there's a thing where, like, don't go outside, don't even go to the store, just order everything you need, because don't leave.
Right. It's literally, I made a post the other day, basically, like, saying, like, hey, like, it was more of, like, satirical, but it was also kind of like, hey, like, Trump is saying like leave America as if Minnesota is not like Somalia, like, you know, like just as like a satirical, like, hey, there's a lot of Somalis here. The amount of disgusting racist comments I got under that like post, some of them were death threats, and one of them literally said, it was really disgusting, said that it's all fun and games until I get dragged on the street. I said, oh, you guys are mad. Like, you get what I mean? And then it all started too where like Trump was like, oh, hey, like, Ilhan Omar, she married her brother. Oh my God, that place is disgusting. Like, Somali is disgusting. Now everyone, like, it's like repeating the exact same words. Everything that he says, copy and paste like to his supporters say. It's nasty, it's disgusting. For what?
I think I have very, not even controversial, fuck that shit. I'm tired of sugarcoating white people's bullshit. If you're gonna treat every single immigrant like they're a criminal, then I'm gonna treat every single white man, they're a school shooter. The fuck? Like, it's just crazy how backwards this fucking country is. Like, if you're gonna treat every single person of color and immigrant like they're a criminal, then I'm gonna treat every single white man like they're a fucking school shooter. If that's how the world's gonna work, that's how the world's gonna work. And white people hate that. They hate it. When it gets turned back onto them, they have this weird like, oh, what? We're not all school shooters. Okay, well, I was born and raised here, and even if I wasn't, we are all civil, nice people. Just because there's a small, tiny demographic of our population.
I
support your message.
Yes, but yes, exactly. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to. No. Like, and it's the exact same too. It's like, this is ethnic cleansing. It's just
literally ethnic cleansing. Literally ethnic cleansing.
Like, I can't even.
Let's paint a picture of what the Somali community here is like. You reference like coming from the Somali community. Are you also?
Yes, I'm Somali.
Background? Okay, so let's paint a picture of what the Somali community is like here. Maybe under more normal circumstances, when there isn't, you know, when America isn't falling backwards into fascism. What is?
You want to go first? Or
what is it normally like?
What is it like? The Somali community is such a vibrant community here in Minnesota. Like, we are business owners, we are doctors, we are nurses. I like, even in Region Hospital where I used to work, entire like staffs filled with like Somalis. Everywhere you see one it's so funny. But yes, it's like we have a whole congresswoman. Like, we are such hard workers. We are in like so vibrant. Our like neighbors too. Like, we're very like, especially one thing that I've noticed is like, especially with everything that's been happening, is like, there's been a lot of people who are saying like, no, like the Somali community, like, we are such like a vibrant community. It's like people who are like non-Somalis that are saying it, and it just makes me feel really welcome, because I'm like, oh my God, like, you know what I mean? Like, especially coming from like, with everything happening and all the hate, it's nice to see too, like, everyone also like sees us as just like an impact and everything like that, and that's, you know what I mean? Like,
exactly. Yeah. It's a beautiful.
Yes,
Somalis. Anywho, I think that, as I've said before, I think it's just a crazy thing that just people in America like to pick and choose when it comes to like, oh, if one Somali person does something wrong, or a small certain group of Somali people do something wrong, then that means the entire population is disgusting and evil and terrorist and awful and gonna ruin the fucking country. Which is insane, because if you look at the statistics yet again, Somali people do not cause the most crimes in Minnesota. Right. So it's just wild that we're getting labeled for that. Yes. It's bizarre to me, because the community that I have grow up in, going to high school, going to middle school, going to elementary school, going to college at Augsburg, going everywhere. My job now, filled in neighborhoods with Somali people. I'm a Somali person, and I've maybe met one or two bad Somali people who are evil. I've met maybe 300 awful white people. Right. So I'm just like, the math is not mathing, and it doesn't make sense to me why they're trying to shove these false statistics down our throats.
Right. Especially since our fucked up president says, oh, Somalis stole billions of dollars. Stolen billions of dollars. $1 billion. Also,
why isn't he in jail?
Right. And on top of that too, is even people saying like, oh, when Somalis came here, you know, we like had all these like help from immigration, and like we should be punished for that. You're punishing people who are coming to a country with no resources and getting help.
And doing so good. Yes. The amount of the economy that the Somali people have built up in Minnesota in general is insane. No, we're good. Also, honey, you're freezing. We should end this. I can tell. You said.
We're excluded from a lot of different things because of mass immigration. And
Yeah.
I said we're excluded from a lot of things because of everyone else. So no one includes us in anything. So I understand your fight, but my thing is what about the people that were already here to open the doors so that
you mean the Native Americans?
Yeah. So you will be.
So why? So what about you with the Native Americans then? What are you saying?
We were already here. African is not the only ancestry that I identify with.
Me neither.
You from where?
Exactly. You don't even know where I'm from, and you're saying that bullshit. Okay, right? But you don't know. I'm not fully Somali though. You don't know where I'm from, and you're saying this bullshit.
I'm not.
And why is it?
I know, but shouldn't we be united? Like, why is this like a? Why is this like a?
And there's a solution.
Why is this like a struggle?
And the solution is
exactly. So why are you coming here
for everyone? Inclusion.
One thing about me, I don't deal with this bullshit.
And this is exactly what Trump wants. He wants us to be divided.
Exactly. We shouldn't be divided. I don't get. We should not be divided. I don't know why you're picking this fight with us.
It seems so easy. I mean,
exactly.
What
That's
it's so
he
easy
wants,
to
though.
drive these wedges.
Exactly. This is what happened with George Floyd. This is what literally George Floyd, COVID, everything that has happened in the past fucking 4 or 5 years. We're all divided. George Floyd, do you remember the shit that happened in this fucking city when George Floyd happened? Yeah. Divided as fuck. It's because that's what the government wants.
That's what they want us too busy to be fighting amongst each other that they don't realize that.
What's a unifying message? Like, what would you love to see people here like come together on?
Sorry, I'm sorry.
No, go.
The enemy is not your next door neighbors. It's not immigrants. Your enemy is going to be the government. When I say this, I mean is people in power who do nothing but harm you, they do not have your best interest at heart. They want to make your life as miserable as possible, and then while they benefit. Look at like whether it be like Trump, Vance, everybody in power, everybody.
All of them.
All of them.
So the second you step your foot into politics, you're done for. That's kind of, with the way the world is running, you're done for. It doesn't really fucking matter if you're running for the right shit or the wrong shit. The second you step your foot into politics, it's done for. So you need, the same thing you fucking said, you need to stop fucking fighting the people that live in your neighborhoods, the people that you see every day, because what are they doing? Are they the ones that are saying these racist slurs? Are they the ones keeping you indoors? Are they the ones doing all this shit? No!
Tariff, taxes, everything. Like,
no! Think of Senate, think of presidents, think of any election, like the mayor, everything. Anything in politics, they're the reason. Not your neighbors, not anyone you see outside. We're all trying to get through day by day. Right. And the reason that we can't build community is because they are literally pitting ourselves against each other. Mm-hmm. That's the reason.
Exactly. And
we're all mad. We don't know what we don't know what the right reason is for. We're all just mad, so we just get mad at each other. Exactly.
And that's exactly why Trump was all like, oh, he targeted Somali next. It's the scapegoat. Look at history and exactly what happened. Look what happened.
Look at history. Look at history.
Scapegoat for what? What is the president looking to distract from in this moment that ends up with so much pain being leveled
Actually, I don't know if I want to say that on camera.
Yes. Like the scapegoat.
Because literally what's happened
the scapegoat is like they want someone like they see immigrants as a scapegoat, like, oh, all the problem, like basically instead of being like the country, as to put it lightly, is a mess. It has been a mess for a long time. To put it very lightly, it's a mess. It's been a mess for a long time. Everyone is like, how did it get this way? How is it? Instead of everyone is looking at something, the government sees that people are divided. They're like, this is the perfect way to point finger at someone. Because if you point a finger at one person, then it puts the blame away from them. This is exactly what happened in history. Exactly what happened to Native Americans. Exactly what happened to African Americans to slavery. Exactly what happened during Hitler. During Hitler, Germany and Jews. Exactly what happened to what Israel did to Palestine. Exactly what happened. They point a finger to someone and says, this is the person who blamed all of your powers. It's just another step to try to like make a totalitarian society, to make a dictator society.
100%. And it's because racism is already such a big thing in America as it is, and we know that. America is founded on racism. That's the building blocks of America. And so it's very easy to build off of that and be like, wait, so if we're already racist, then let's maybe focus on immigrants. Yeah. You know? And it's Minnesota itself. Minnesota and Ohio, I think Minnesota's bigger than Ohio with a Somali population, but those are the two biggest cities that have the most biggest fucking populations of Somalis. So that's why they are, I think personally, okay, allegedly I should say, I forget this is filmed, that this is why they're doing this. Is because they know how united the Somali community here is. They know how much our it's not even this, just any type of immigrant. Like if you go on Lake Street, you know, I feel like it's just very much like this whole community is united as fuck, and that's what they're trying to break down our spirits. They're trying to crush us down and make sure that we have nothing to stand on, and that we don't have our neighbors to rely on or our community to rely on. They want us to all be solitary and confined, and we break down. That's what they want.
And we fight among each other.
Exactly. And that's what's happening. That's what you kind of saw happening with different people, because we're fighting. Why are we fighting against each other when we should be forming with each other and fighting against a fucking government? Like, I don't get it. And that's what they want. That's literally the goal, and it sucks that it's literally playing out how they want it, but we're not going to let them to see it to completion. Fuck that shit. Exactly. Fuck that shit. Exactly. They're not going to see that shit to completion. Not in Minneapolis, at least. Fuck that. Hell no.
Certainly not if you two are in charge.
Hell no. My voice.
Is there anything else you two would want to add while you have the platform?
This city is beautiful.
Yes.
I'm proud to be from here. I'm proud to have lived my whole life here. And I am proud to say that everyone here is my neighbor, and that no one deserves anything that's happening.
Yes.
And we all should just love each other.
Exactly.
As long as ICE leaves and they stop fucking with our streets, we will go back to the community we once were.
And then I also have to say is dismantle ICE. We're like dismantle ICE, protect immigrants. Free Palestine, free Sudan,
free Palestine, free Congo,
free everyone. Free everyone. None of us are free until we're all free. None of us are free until we're all free.
Yes. Period.
Yes.
Love it. Love it.
Yes.
What a way to end. I love that.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to our rant. This is me in my bedroom like every night. So the fact that I got to in front of a camera, clock it.
Thank you.
I'll take those microphones back from you before we
let
you walk off with them. Yeah, people forget all the
shit.
time. I've had somebody drive off with them before because I forget.
I would have sold that shit.
Thank you both very much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
If you hold for just 1 second for me, I just got to record. I just got to shoot me wrapping up here, and then.
What are you putting us on?
Yeah, I'll get you that in just a second. Just a second.
I can get one. I'm a social ecologist, so I don't know if you know what that means. You know what Murray Bookchin is?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, hang on a second.
Get it.
Okay, so we've been. So again, we're here on the ground in Minneapolis, lifting up these voices of organizers, of activists, of community members who are out here in the streets, and we will be out here for the foreseeable future. I just got here a few hours ago, been live for a good chunk of that now, broadcasting these stories, streaming them straight to you, where I'm looking around, there's no other media out here, guys. It's just us, as it is a depressing amount of the time, where there aren't the CNNs of the world, there aren't the New York Times of the world, there's not even local press here, which is very disheartening. It was just me and some other independent streamers and video journalists who have all since left. Status Coup, we pride ourselves on staying on the ground, continuing to lift up these stories for as long as it takes. If that mission is important to you, please go to statuscoup.com/join. $5 a month goes to support our on-the-ground journalism. With that, I have to get back out there. We're going to go and try and look for some places where ICE is actually operating out in some of these communities here. We've already come across them a couple of times just in the few hours we've been on the ground here. Going to go out and look for them again here. We'll also be at least live on Monday. There is another protest Monday at 5 o'clock Central, so 6 o'clock Eastern, adjust for your time zone. We'll be live at least then. Got some other things in the works right now that will be out there, so keep checking our social media. Like, share these streams. Appreciate you being with us. For Status Coup in Minneapolis, I'm JT Siskowski. Have a good weekend.